sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks.
Oh, man. It is Sunday after the Super Bowl, and what a Super Bowl indeed. I've got a special guest. It's just me. I'm the only one here. Billy is not here. Smiley's not here. But with me is one of my really damn good friends from the East Coast, from New Jersey, from a shared universe podcast studio. I have Ming Chen.
So happy to be here, everybody. Thank you so much for the warm welcome back. I was bummed. I'm usually at the Albuquerque Comic-Con. Did not get invited back.
Did they even say anything at all or nothing?
No, I mean, if you went to the con, it looked like they got a lot of new blood. Yeah. So I won't go. I won't accuse them of being racist or anything. They're not racist. There were plenty of Asian guests they had there.
Yeah, I think so.
And they invited me for 6 years in a row.
Right.
And so it was nice to be back here once a year at least to hang out with you guys. And when that weekend rolled around, felt a big hole in my life. I'm not gonna lie, it was a rough weekend. Cause,
you were missed.
I saw everyone was having fun, and you were having fun, and you're killing it, moderating panels.
Yeah, I was kind of stressed a little.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean you don't want to screw it up, but
no.
From all accounts, you did a fine job. So
yeah, because I'm used to doing the wrestling ones.
Yeah.
And this year I got to do more, and I failed on one of them, which I think that's you have to at some point, right?
You didn't fail. They were busting your balls. You didn't.
I wasn't ready for it, but it wasn't my fault.
You didn't fail whatsoever. However,
no,
I was like, well, shoot, when's the next time we're gonna be in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
I have no idea. And then, lo and behold, 3 weeks later,
boom,
here I am. And to anyone out there watching or listening, especially to all you children, I know you have a lot of
children viewers.
Children viewers, a lot of fans who are
under the age of 8, apparently.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Just here's a lesson for you. Sometimes the universe works in funny ways. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the universe pulls you back to where you should be. And
right.
I feel genuinely that happened. I mean, yeah.
How often, how many cons do you do a year?
I did, last year, I think I did about 30.
30?
Yeah. And
that is 30 weekends.
Yeah.
Out of 52.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So you've got it down.
I feel, I feel, I have the whole process down. Yeah. I mean, but people are always like, why do you do so many? And I'm like, because I like it. They're like, do you really love it? My mom asks me all the time. Yeah. She's like, do you really like doing it? Like, it must be so tiring. And
it does, but you have endless energy, it seems.
I try. I mean.
Yeah. What's the secret to that?
People always accuse me of being on cocaine, but I've genuinely, with all truth, never done a bump of cocaine in my life.
Oh, wow.
So, could you imagine me on coke?
No.
Yeah, I don't need cocaine.
No, you don't.
I don't need any stimulants, really. I think it's adrenaline and excitement. Okay. Honestly, in high school, I didn't get invited to any parties. College didn't get invited to any parties.
You didn't go to parties in college.
I went to one or two frat parties. And that
really?
Was it. Yeah, I was not cool. And not that going to frat parties makes you cool, but
you weren't one of the cool kids.
Yeah, I didn't drink. I played. Remember Doom? Remember that game Doom?
Yeah.
There's a precursor to Quake and the first person games. Yeah, I sat in the computer lab playing Doom against my friends in the computer lab.
I bet if you met the right people, you probably would have went to. So you didn't. So there wouldn't be a college party, not a frat party. Well, is that okay? So you went to what? University of Michigan?
Yeah.
So when they're just regular, your friends didn't have parties and stuff?
No, not really. I remember the first time I moved out, our apartment, they threw a party, but I was there.
Yeah.
But I really had no interest in it. I remember my roommate was like, was like, "Oh man, after this party, like the whole school's gonna know who you are." He was trying
Yeah.
to talk it up and shit. I'm like, dude, come on, like just it's just a party. But I think in my head and heart, I did want to go out and party, but
Yeah.
so
I'm the opposite, man. I went to so many parties.
I've heard the stories,
Yeah.
like kiddie pools and like couches and like
That's yeah. I mean, that's real. I mean, I guess you listened to the show and heard those stories, right?
oh yeah, yeah,
Did I tell the one where the girl got like Goldberg speared into the kiddie pool?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was some great shit.
I don't know how you survive, dude.
Oh man,
I really don't.
And like I've had people that are like, I've tell stories and they're like, you need to write this all down,
Yeah,
and make a book. And I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, well, this is how everybody's life is.
no,
And they're like,
no.
no.
I mean, I would read that book, but I
Right.
really love listening to them. So
Yeah.
so well done, Chris Burnett.
Right. So my question is like,
Yes.
So you're like making up for lost time, I guess, is what you're saying.
Definitely. Oh yeah, for sure.
Because we went to a house party last night.
Yeah, we did. It was nearby. Man, I had so.
Oh shit, Smiley's on his way over.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, did we put up the 10-drink minimum signal?
Yeah.
Like, can we put one up in the skies of Albuquerque that
guess.
summons like
Yeah.
it's like Captain Planet, like
Right.
or like Voltron?
Right.
We all gather together.
Yeah, Captain Planet.
Yeah, but it was fun. I don't get invited to a lot of parties now at our advanced age. Or
You don't?
no, not because I mean, what?
Yeah.
I think all my friends, except for like you guys here,
Yeah.
like they're all married and
Oh.
they got kids, so they don't
See, that's a
throw
weird
house parties.
That's a weird conundrum for me, because like, I mean, I had friends that were on that path,
yeah.
and then should be wow. Someone said, let's see if I can. My mouse is not really go. If you guys put up a 10-drink sign up,
Should be a trash can.
it should be a trash can. Wow.
Is that an insult or is that a compliment?
I don't
Can.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy has a YouTube channel. It sucks.
Oh, cool. All right.
Sucks. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But like, it's weird. Like, I guess I think about this every once in a while. Like, I had friends that were like on that path. Like, I left college and I came here, and the people I hung out with are people I hung out with in college, and they were all like on that path of
Yeah.
either either getting married or just like becoming like a incel or whatever it's called, or like, where you don't go out.
Right. Right.
And I just don't have that gene in my body, So now, like, all the friends I have, none of them have children.
yeah.
Maybe one.
Right.
One does.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you saw everyone last night. They're all just raving maniacs.
Yeah, I
Really?
love it. I love it though, man.
Yeah.
I had so much fun, and I was
Yeah.
like, I miss like the just the random house party where nowadays someone will just pass
Like when
around.
when I said we were going to a party, did you think it would be like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
Really?
I've hung out with you. Yeah, I figured
Okay.
it would be the hipsters of.
Because I went to a party
Albuquerque.
Friday with my girlfriend and her friends, and it was a party. It was a birthday party, and it was like the most relaxed, like no one, like cliquish, and no one talked to each other
Right.
kind of thing. And so, like, it's odd to go from that to a party like where we were at last night,
Yeah.
where like people are like, they don't even really ask who you are; they just start talking to you.
Yeah.
They don't even ask your name yet,
Yeah.
and they just start talking to you about stuff.
Yeah. Kind of like it felt like the old school party,
Yeah.
like the old school house party, but like without the BS.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everyone was very welcoming.
There's
and,
no okay. I'll tell you what it is. There's no politics involved.
right.
There's no like, who is these people and should I talk to them?
Yeah.
It's just like, let's like just get crazy.
Yeah, let's hang
Yeah.
out. Yeah. I did find it funny though. It was a 80s mob themed party.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I just flew in from New Jersey. Like I came to get away from that and now like I can't get away from it.
Right.
So
Either way.
yeah, it was a lot of fun though.
That's
but
funny.
I feel like guys like me and you, like if we had a chance to pull the old school, we could create our own frat.
Oh,
we probably
yeah.
would.
Oh, we would.
We probably would.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in a fraternity, in college. I was the president of my fraternity.
Uh-huh.
I was the president of IFC.
Wow.
I was the snarky, like, evil. No, I was not. But and so everybody's like, people that I know, when they find that out, they're like, really? And I'm like, you do not seem like that person. And then like, I'm like, don't I though?
Yeah.
I'm not the one that's like the sweater vest wearing kind of guy though. We
No.
were like the chugging beers and, singing, Louie Louie till 3 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. I get to
Yeah.
Albuquerque, all of a sudden I'm shotgunning Twisted Tea.
Oh yeah.
Like a 14-year-old.
Oh, we didn't get the Twisted Tea whiskey out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, we were so excited to podcast.
Right.
That, yeah.
We'll do it tomorrow night
Okay.
because you've got to get up early.
I do.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So I guess we should explain how I
Yeah.
got why I'm here without a convention, and I think I kind of have you to thank. I have Albuquerque Comic-Con to thank for sure.
Yeah.
I have many people to thank why I'm here right now. But the woman who used to wrangle the guests at the Albuquerque Comic-Con, a woman named Tina Presley Borek, who she runs a talent agency called Presley Talent in the area.
Okay.
Books a lot of the talent into the industry around here. After a few years at the con, she was like, "Hey, do you have an agent?" And I'm like, "Listen, I'm not really an actor. I know, like, I know I kicked ass on a reality TV show, and I was obviously the star, and I was, the most beloved one on
Nice.
there, and everyone on there. But I'm not, I'm not really the guy who goes on auditions,
Yeah.
and while I do want to be like the next Ken Jeong or like Jet Li or whatever, like I didn't train for this. I've never taken an acting class.
Right.
I'm pretty.
I don't know how you'd be the next Jet Li. I mean, do you know martial arts?
I can fake it.
Okay.
I can fake it. That's all
Yeah.
choreographed, right?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then they hook me up to wires and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, they do it in post.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fix it in post.
Yeah. But she's like, there's a lot of projects here. Like, there are a lot of odd small roles
Oh.
like that. Would you be interested in that? I'm like, yeah. If you get me, like any, like couple lines here or there. Yeah. That could only lead to greater things.
Sure.
Maybe. And I never say no. But that sounded like fun. I get to work with her. So she put me on her roster. So if you go to PresleyTalent.com, I'm listed on there with like real actors.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. And she introduced me to a local filmmaker, and she's like, "Hey, you guys should connect. If you guys ever come up with any ideas, I think you guys would work well together." And we threw a couple ideas around. Like one was kind of like, "Hey, I like going to cons. Like maybe we should be cool to do like a TV show about that or something." And we kicked a bunch of stuff around virtually, but nothing really came of it.
Oh, wow.
Then a few months ago, Kevin Smith of Clerks and Mallrats and Chasing Amy fame and all that, he threw a film festival at the movie theater he just bought in Jersey, and one of the filmmakers who got his movie into the film festival was the guy I got introduced to. His name's Alejandro Montoya Marin,
Yep.
and it was funny.
We've had him on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know he's been on 10
Oh,
Thing
yeah.
Minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was during the shutdown.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So
And so I finally got to meet him in person. He came up to represent his film,
Mm-hmm.
and we hung out. We drank beers, hung out at the festival. But I remember I posted a photo with him, and immediately you hit me back. He's like, "Yo, that's my friend Alejandro."
I know
I'm like-
Alejandro. I know that guy.
I'm like, "Whoa, you know him? That's
Yeah.
Of course you know him, but you know him. That's awesome."
You're saying that you represent Albuquerque at this point.
No, thank you. I mean, listen, I love it here. I think I've made that pretty clear
Yeah.
for anybody who doesn't know. And thanks to people like you, and the
Aw.
city has been very welcoming. But I truly love being
I mean,
here.
we went to Sidetrack Brewing today.
Yeah.
We walk in, Billy and Ming's like, I really want to go to Sidetrack before I leave. I was like, okay, we
Yeah.
didn't get to go last night. So we go today. As soon as we walk in the door, we go to order beers. A guy walks up and he immediately goes, put those beers on my tab. And I didn't know him. Did you know him?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't know him.
Yeah, but he had went to our panel that we did for podcasting
Yeah.
like 2 years ago.
Yeah, he did a podcasting 101
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah.
And he was there, and he was like, "Hey, man, I was at the panel. You guys are awesome. Love the
Yeah.
show." And listen, that's from a kid who didn't get invited to any parties in high school.
Yeah.
To like going to Albuquerque to one of your favorite breweries, and like the dude there
Immediately.
buys you beers. It's pretty cool. Like I didn't ask for this, but it's a pretty cool side effect for sure. But back to Alejandro. He was like, "Hey, so I'm shooting a movie in Albuquerque early next year. I have a role for an Asian mob boss, small role. Like, would you be interested?" And immediately I'm like, "All right, yeah, of course." Like that sounds awesome.
Oh, wow.
But I get to work with you. Like finally we get to work together.
Nice.
But it also means I get to go to Albuquerque
Right.
and hang out with you guys. And I didn't really hear anything for a while. And then he had sent me a script. He was like, "Hey, we're probably gonna shoot this in early February." And I know how the film industry works. Things get pushed back, and
Right.
maybe your funding falls through or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But a week ago, last Monday, I got an email. It was like, "Hey, so are you available this weekend? Can you come out?" And I was like, "Dude, I think you're probably I think you're the first one I hit." I was like, "Dude, are you around this weekend? Because get ready, it's gonna get crazy."
Gonna get cray.
And lo and behold, the wheels were set in motion, and here I am. I remember they were like, "Hey, can you fly in on Sunday?"
Mm-hmm.
And we'll shoot your scene on Monday, and then you leave on Tuesday. I'm like, no. I'm
No.
gonna come in on Saturday if that's cool.
Mhm.
I'll whatever arrangements I have to make, but I need an extra day.
Oh wow.
With,
Y'all, I need an extra day
yeah.
to prepare for my lines,
Yes.
for my role.
Yeah. And hey, we got to go to the usual Frontier, Founders,
Mm-hmm.
Sidetrack,
Oh yeah.
Golden Pride.
Well, and not only do we get to go to Founders, they didn't shut it down for us, but they were shut down for us.
Yeah, but if you went on the Founders website and
Yeah.
the Instagram, they say, hey, we're closed for a private event from these hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone just assumed they closed it. Everyone kept asking me if they closed it for us, which was kind of flattering because we're at that level now that if they automatically they assume they closed Founders for us. I got.
Right.
I think you got text. I got a text from Holly Ann. She's like, "Did they close Founders?"
Right? Yeah. Someone's like,
For
"Did
you
they just
guys?"
close
And-
Founders for you guys?"
And I didn't say no.
Yeah.
I didn't say yes. I didn't lie about it. But
No.
yeah. And
I mean, whatever.
and then
whatever.
of course I went on my own social media. I was like, "Hey man,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool when your favorite place closes down just for you on a Saturday night. So it's okay to stretch the truth a little bit."
Someone said I noticed such bullshit. I wanted to go.
Oh, yeah. Well, were you on the list?
We weren't on the list.
Yeah.
We were on the list.
Yeah. Maybe check the list again.
Yeah.
Cardiff Giant. Do you know Cardiff Giant? Do you know Jimmy the Driver? Do you know Jimmy the Driver?
Yeah.
No.
Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah. Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah.
My man.
We got another person. You want
My
to sit?
man,
You want to sit in that chair? Or you want that stool? I know you want. The
Oh
stool.
yeah. Yeah, nothing. It's good to see nothing's changed.
Smiley's here.
This is Smiley's stool, man. Thank you, man.
I would say Smiley's late, but we didn't really tell him a good time to come.
Yeah. Hey, man. I mean, you're always invited. So
Yeah.
we didn't know if you were. I mean, I guess you wouldn't be working, or maybe you would be working, but we. But James Smiley, my man.
Hey, what's going on?
One of my favorite people in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I brought my long drink.
Yes.
Well, before anything, what's the story with that? What's
Oh, that's a weird one.
okay? So are we sponsored with them or no?
I don't know who to get a hold of anymore.
I'm gonna go with no.
Our local people. Well, for one, I thought they were going to be out of the state because we hadn't gotten a shipment of long drink in New Mexico at all. But then it showed up. It showed up this month. So
Yeah.
I guess they're still here. So I just need
Oh.
to figure out how to get a hold of this.
Okay.
I don't have anyone's number anymore.
Oh.
It'll happen. I think you guys have been pushing them for a while. And
Yeah.
we believe in the product.
It's
And-
delicious.
Yeah, so weird how synchronized we are because
Yeah.
I remember the whole Malort thing.
Right.
Like, I was like, wait, you like Malort? I like Malort.
I
Like,
like
no one
Malort.
likes Malort.
Right.
It's just such a weird thing. And then I've been drinking long drinks for like a year and a half. And then you guys started. You were like, we're sponsored by them. I'm like, dude, I love the Finnish long drink.
They were on the market they were in the New Mexico market for I think less than 2 months.
Yeah.
And I had a meeting with them and they're all, you look like a good person for us. And I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
They were right. They were right. And
they were right.
Yeah, and I see their like social media marketing reach is getting.
Well,
bigger
someone
than-
at a party last night, the party we went to last
Oh
night,
yeah.
had a long drink, came up to us and said, "Hey, I got this long drink because I was at the store. And I saw it and I thought of you guys and I wanted to try it."
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, you
There
guys
you
are
go.
influencers, man.
Influencer.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I hope they ship more over to you. You
Yeah,
guys
we'll
des-
see.
you guys
I mean, if
deserve it,
not,
man.
we'll get somebody else.
Yeah.
There's maybe some talks. We'll see.
No rules about having more than one sponsor.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Tell the NFL that, man. Like
Right.
Yeah.
That was interesting, right?
Yeah.
But
So awesome.
so I've had some questions that I was thinking of this week
Okay.
for you, which I usually don't do.
Oh,
So you said you travel about 30 weekends? you
about
said?
30 weekends a
30
year.
weeks?
Yeah, 25 to 30. I think
So-
because of COVID, like
Yeah.
a lot of them came roaring back, and
Yeah.
a lot of them needed guests. So they, they started hitting me up, and Yeah, just real quick. I remember so I have a woman who will sometimes book me in some of these shows, these cons.
Oh yeah.
And I remember she was the first one who got us to a lot of these shows. I remember I asked her, I was like, hey, so God forbid we get canceled one day.
Right.
Like, what's my shelf life for these conventions? I really like doing them, and I just want to be prepared. She was like, good timeline, 18 months. You got 18 months before, your show, doesn't air anymore, and people forget about you, and you probably won't get booked anymore. I'm like, okay, a year and a half. Like,
really?
I can prepare for that. That
seems about right.
Yeah, but
how long has it been?
5 years.
Wow.
It's been over 5 years, so I must be doing something right.
Well, I think it's your personality. I mean, you go to cons and people like connect like I've seen you at cons, and when people walk up and you can tell that they're there to see you, you come out from behind the table, you stand there, you talk to them, you're personal with them. The guy bought us the beer today. We stood over there and you made sure to he bought us a beer. You made sure to talk to him. You learned about his life. You learned about where they were from.
Cool dude, super cool dude.
So I mean, that's the way you not only like get a fan, you keep a fan.
Yeah.
Like someone's like, man, I met such and such, and like, oh, you met him over there? Like, actually, amazing.
Yeah.
And I would go and watch anything they do and watch it.
I love
how you do it.
I love it's shocking now. It's like, wow, they were nice.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, go figure. Like,
right.
Did you just pay $100 for an autograph and
Right.
like expecting to be a dick? And sometimes they are. So
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes they're just. I mean, like I hate now that whole like I met such and such and they were an asshole, because I think a lot of it is you caught someone on a bad day.
right. Can I counter that?
Sure.
Okay, so. All right, you go to a con, you get booked at a con, you're meeting fans and shit. So I feel you're kind of prepared to be personable, or at least somewhat interactive with the people coming up to meet you. Not only that, you should be a little appreciative as well.
I agree, but
because they have like 100 other people they can meet and spend money on and to spend time with. But my biggest argument is usually the guests they invite, they're actors, right?
Right.
And say you're having a bad day, can't you act nice?
Oh.
Can't you act? Can you not? You're an actor.
Okay.
Act. All right, great. You're having a bad day. Maybe your dog died, or I don't know. But
freshen on the acting
right,
community.
Can you
Ming
act,
Chen here.
Can you act like you're interested in meeting your fan?
Right.
Just so
I'll
it's
say
a role. You're playing a role.
I'll agree with you on the con thing.
Yeah.
But like, say you see someone out and they're eating with like.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's.
And they walk up and you walk up and you like start talking to them and then they're like, oh hey, and they're kind of coarse with you. You don't know what their day was.
Yeah.
All
right, that's protocol. I mean, that goes with anybody though.
Ming and Rosario Dawson are out at Jersey Mike's getting a sub, and you walk up and start talking to him, and Ming is like, "I'm trying to spend some time with my friend here. Do you mind?"
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm
I'm with Rosario Dawson.
I'm hanging out with Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars.
Right.
Could you please give me a moment?
Can you back away, please? But I have some questions about this.
Okay.
So you travel 30 weekends a year.
Yes.
So what are things that are like you have to like are essential to you to travel? Like what are things you have to have?
Oh, good question.
On you.
Good question.
Like you're like I'm not traveling without this.
Right.
What are some essentials?
I mean, I always bring my laptop in case as I run a small business and in case anything blows up. But other than that, like charging cables, money, money's good. Just drinks are not cheap.
But there's no items that you're like.
No, I mean like on longer trips, like noise canceling headphones are a freaking godsend, man.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Laptop, noise canceling headphones.
Yeah. Other than that, and then because
I travel stuff.
Yeah, I mean. Toiletries, like a razor so I can shave and shit. But other than that, I like I'm mostly on my phone.
Okay.
Mostly on my phone, either download movies and shit for the plane. Or
so portable batteries.
Oh, dude, yeah,
the
phone, the phone, these phones, they don't hold the charge.
No,
it's freaking crap.
What? So do you like do neck pillow or any? No,
I used to, and then it was just one more thing to carry. So now that. I travel as light as possible because I always bring shit back.
Oh yeah.
Like this trip, I got to bring back several things. Sadie's salsa for sure.
Okay. We can after I get off work, we can go grab that stuff if you want.
Yeah, all subs taco sauce.
I know exactly
Ooh.
where an all subs is.
Yeah, and then Dion's ranch dressing.
Okay.
I think those are the 3 essentials.
Yeah, are you gonna get the green chili or the regular?
Oh, I'll get the green chili. You know,
Yeah.
I love green chili.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not really a dressing. We're not really making it like you go to Dion's for their especially for their ranches. You're like, I'm not putting this on a salad.
Yeah, as I love it. Everyone's like, "Oh man, Dion's pizza is awesome." And listen, I'm from
Eh,
the East Coast.
it's
man.
not.
Like it's edible.
I don't think it's awesome. I think it used to win like best pizza in town. I'm like, why?
Well, we didn't have very good pizza in town.
yeah.
Giovanni's?
Yeah, not a lot of people knew about it.
Yeah, we don't want them to know about
Yeah, best is all relative though. But yeah.
it. So okay, what hotel chain is your favorite?
Oh man, it's a great
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're just talking like mid-level chains, Marriott. Marriott's are great.
I fucking love. So I've traveled a lot recently, and I'm a big like. I've learned. So like people who traveled a lot were like, okay, what you need to do is go sign up on Bonvoy. You know.
Oh, yeah, get the points,
and get
man.
the points. And then as you know, because the job I had was putting me up for like 6 days at a time.
Yeah, so there are tiers, my
Yeah,
friend.
and like I would go to Marriott, and like I wasn't paying for it, so I'm not paying for it. I'm staying at a Marriott.
Yeah,
They're all. I mean, I've never stayed at one that was a dump.
right. Yeah, they're all pretty
like,
decent.
nice. But so Marriott.
Yeah, but they have this thing once you hit the gold level, if you stay
Yeah.
a certain number of nights
Wow.
in a year, they have a thing you can check out late, like a late,
Oh.
even later checkout. So it used to be 4 p.m., which was awesome. Like that's
See, I
like
didn't
half
know
a
that.
day.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
know
almost
that.
the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you go up, it's like, hey, can I get a late checkout? They're like, yeah, you can leave.
As a
at,
gold member, Mr. Chin, absolutely.
yeah, well, they try to fake you out. They was like, oh yeah, we can get you checked out at, let's see, noon. I'm like, no. It's like gold member 4 p.m. Like, oh yeah, 4 p.m. They cut it down to 2 p.m.
That's still way better than noon.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's
Oh,
still pretty
yeah.
awesome. But I remember one time I was going to this con in Chicago,
Okay.
and I hadn't been invited initially, and Kevin's manager was like, "Hey, we got you into the con. Kevin and Jay are going to be there, but their travel budget is tapped. Can you fly yourself out?" And
Oh,
like
wow.
a ticket to Chicago from where I'm at, like on a good day, you get it for $150 round trip.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
That's easy, yeah.
They're like, they'll get you a hotel, but like, can you fly yourself out? I'm like, dude, yeah, because I'm going to be making money there. Like $150 is nothing.
Yeah.
I get and I'll be there with Kevin and Jay, and so I bought the ticket and I went out. And I remember I got there and they picked me up, and I thought I was going to. There's like a Hyatt attached to the
Okay.
convention center, and they start driving. I'm like, wait, we're not going to the Hyatt. It's like, where are we going? And they're like, oh, it says here you're at the Waldorf Astoria, sir.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
No wonder their budget was fucked.
Yeah, so I guess they assumed that I needed to be at the one that Kevin and Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes were at, which is total 5-star hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wait, what happened to
Nice.
what happened to the travel budget being tapped? Because it's a $500 a night hotel. I was there for I think
Oh
3
yeah, for
nights.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like they had their own lap pool.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to the gym. They're like, "Would you like we could set your own Pilates private Pilates
Do you need a
instructor."
hot
and-
towel?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then they had the rewards program. So, dude, super points on that
Oh,
trip,
fuck.
man.
Waldorf
Because it's based on how much you spend. So,
Oh, yeah.
or how much somebody else spent. But,
Yeah.
Whatever. It
I didn't
works.
spend that. See, that's what I love about that Marriott one. It's like people are like, oh, you could stay at Marriott's? I was like, yeah, I'm not paying for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But man, whenever I, if I bank up, so many nights, because I think I did this last year. I think I did, like almost 15 nights.
Yeah.
And after a while, they'll give you a free one.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, when you're traveling, you're like, yeah, we'll just stay at a Marriott tonight.
Yeah. Recreation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not, man?
Who did you work for?
I worked for the Hyatt
Hyatt.
6.5 years.
Oh, okay.
And the
Oh,
best,
wow.
the best perk was the reason I kept going year after year was free hotel rooms, anywhere, any Hyatt in the world.
man. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say free shampoo and toilet paper.
No, it's something like ridiculous. Like after I got there for
Yeah.
after I was there for 5 years,
Yeah.
it was something like 18 free rooms.
Oh
and,
wow.
And like 18 like paid vacation days. So it's like they
Oh,
all
man.
went on. You're just like, okay, so I can just leave this place for
Yeah.
like a month if I feel like it.
Yeah.
I'll work here.
Yeah. Perks are cool, man.
Yeah.
I this is really related to hotels, but I was there's a YouTube channel where there's a Major League Baseball player like going through all the perks that he gets as a baseball player.
Oh, no
I
shit.
can't remember who it was. Like somebody, he was pretty
That
cool.
you wouldn't know about. I saw an NFL one.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but they're like, hey, we all get like suites after you hit a certain amount of years. But they're like, after you play for 8 years, you get a gold it's a gold card from the MLB, which
Really?
entitles you to 2 tickets to any Major League Baseball stadium during the regular season.
Just 2?
Just, yeah, you and a
Oh.
+1.
Okay.
But like it's lifetime though.
Oh,
So after, as
2 a
you're-
year.
2 a year. Yeah. So
Okay.
you'd be long
I mean,
into retirement.
and it doesn't matter which team.
Doesn't matter which team.
Holy shit! Because I mean, like, when I went and saw in 2019, we flew up there to we flew up there to Chicago, and we got we went to go to one game.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, "Well, there's a game Thursday and a game Friday. Which one do you want to go to?" I was like, "Well, let's get one good seat
Yes.
and then sit in the bleachers in the next day."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah," but I mean, I want to say third base. We were like 6 rows up.
Yeah. Good seats.
$180.
Each?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, this is
That's a lot.
2019. This is like a couple years after they'd won the World
Yeah,
Series.
yeah.
And I'm like, man. And then to sit in the bleachers, I think it was 60.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Also totally worth it, but
yeah. But I mean, it depends on who. Like, if you got 2 free tickets a year, you could go watch,
yeah.
I don't know. Fuck. Astros, I guess.
Yeah, basically
Right now.
it's a lifetime pass
Yeah.
to any Major League Baseball stadium.
For a couple
Yeah.
times a year,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, we got to go to Wrigley, man.
Yeah, I love
keep
it.
saying this.
Fucking love it.
Because I was there for.
I got to go out on the field the last time.
How?
So,
Did you take the tour?
no. So, I don't know. I don't know I don't know what karma.
You and me both, my friend. Look at us, man.
So
This shit
my
happens to us.
friend who I went with, he's a Cubs fan too, and he'd never been.
Yeah.
So he's at work, and at work he runs all their like printers, and the company that like the company that they buy their printers from was like, yeah, we like to come in next week and talk to you about some of the contracts, and he's like, oh no, I'll be in Chicago, and they're like, oh, we're based out of Chicago. Why are you going to Chicago? And he's like, I'm gonna go watch the Cubs play. And they're like, oh, would you like to go out on the field? We'll get you out on the field.
Wow.
And I shit you not, we go, and they end up like giving us a game used ball before the game is over.
Oh shit.
They hand it to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're standing in line, and it's like the 8th inning, getting ready to go out on the field. And they're like, if they win, they'll probably sign your ball, which it sucked. They didn't win. And they're all, they're not going to sign any balls. But
Yeah.
we got to go out on the field. I got to take a
Right.
picture.
So it was after the game. You got
Yeah.
to go.
Oh, yeah.
As like the groundskeeper.
No,
You
I
were
was
like-
out. I was out playing second.
Oh yeah.
No.
Really? Wow. I
No.
mean, they could have used you, but
Probably.
yeah.
No, but it was like, it's just one of those things where, of course, and so I come back and I tell people, I was like, I got to go out on Wrigley. And then people are like, bullshit. And I show them the picture. And
Yep.
then they're like, of course you did.
Of course you did.
Because it's always something that I get to do. That,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's rare.
Well,
Yeah, man.
one of the second oldest baseball park in the United States.
Yeah.
I think Fenway's older.
Yeah, by a couple years.
But
That was cool. You
Yeah.
were like, I'm Ryan Sandberg, yo.
fuck yeah, I'm Mark fucking Grace, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunston to Sandberg to Grace. That was
Yes.
the double play combination. man.
Yes. But it
You
was,
were a Cubs fan, Budman, like Harry Carey.
oh, so, holy cow.
Holy cow.
It was really cool though, because we got to go kind of through the guts to get to where we.
Oh,
needed to
yeah.
go. And like, I didn't realize that the pitchers, like the warm up area, is
Yeah.
like this room, and like as you walk by, there's like a big, they warm up before they go out.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Smiley doesn't watch baseball,
I don't watch a lot of sports.
but as you're walking down the hallway, like you can watch, like the whole wall is glass, so you can
Oh,
watch
so you're
them.
looking at your form.
Well, no.
Well, the fans can watch.
Fans
like
can watch the guy
VIP,
warm up.
The VIP.
I was thinking of
fans.
mirrors.
The VIP
actually.
fans can watch the pitcher
Yeah.
warm up if they're down there.
Okay, I was thinking of mirrors.
Yeah.
I love that you're mansplaining baseball to Smiley. It's a
I mean,
great.
I
so
mean, I don't know
great.
anything
He's
about
not.
it.
He's not. Yeah.
So
I never
great.
played baseball.
Well, and especially pro doesn't understand the VIP people get.
Right.
Can you grab me one of these out of the fridge?
Sure thing.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I've never been on the field.
Right, but I mean, if you're gonna go on a field in a Wrigley, man, it's fucking Wrigley.
Yeah. That's
It's-
cool. I was there for a con,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember I got there. I was like, "Wait, holy crap! It's opening day!" And I looked on the schedule. I was like, "Holy crap! The Cubs are opening."
And you can get a ticket.
Yeah, so I took the L train up there, and I missed the first half. I got there during the 4th inning, and I was like, "All right, maybe I'll go to like the Cubby Bear or Murphy's Bleachers or whatever,
yeah.
and go watch it there."
The Cubby Bear's a little disappointing.
Yeah, I never made it, but was it not as divey as you or as you thought it would be?
So here's what they're asking: if you still at the Bird of Paradise.
I am.
Yeah.
If you haven't been seeing me there, that's because I've probably been on set or something. So
Oh, okay.
kudos to me, yay!
So the Cubby Bear, it's across from Wrigley. You go in, and it's just a big room.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
it's like a big like club room.
Oh.
That's it. Like there wasn't really any tables except for like the ones where like it's the table, like the high top table, but with no chairs, so you can just kind of lean on it.
Yeah.
and
Right.
drink. That was it. Like that was it. I can't remember the name of the place we liked, but across the street they took this old row house,
Yeah.
and the bottom floor was a bar, and then the rooftop was a bar,
Oh, that's awesome.
and they made deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
in the
That's
bar.
even better. That's
And
awesome.
it made me laugh because like they had this big jar behind the bar with like the little spigot on the front,
Yeah.
and it said money shot like $3, and it was white. And I'm like,
So-
and I asked the lady, I'm like, is that rum chata?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, yeah. How do you know what that is? And I was like, I'm from New Mexico. I know what horchata looks like. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
and because it has the cinnamony look to
Yep.
it, and I'm like, and she goes, okay. So they were like, they probably bought it from somebody and they didn't know what to do with it, so they just
Right.
called it the money shot. And it made
Yeah.
me laugh, but. No, I love that bar. It was dope. But the Cubby Bear was kind of disappointing. There was another bar over there that had a batting cage in it. And it was so busy we couldn't get in. But,
The drunk batting cage.
yeah.
Drunk batting cage.
And I was like, that is fucking amazing.
that's.
You gotta
Yeah.
have like a waiver or something.
I don't know.
I assume yes, yeah, because
Yeah.
those drunks. It's like it was. Remember when Homer won the game because he got hit by the baseball?
Yes.
Yeah. That was awesome. So I never made those bars. I met this
Yeah.
guy outside, and he was scalping tickets.
Sure.
And I'm like, hey, it's kind of late. Like, how much? I just want to get in. And he's like, hey, I got one more left for $25. I'm like, oh, cool.
Oh, man.
Cool. And he was like, hey, so I take cash, I take Cash App, I take Venmo, I take PayPal. I'm like, I can Venmo you for
Wow.
scalp tickets? He's like, hey, I just got to get my son so you can scan the code. And,
Oh, wow.
And so I Venmoed him $25 and he walked me in to make sure the tickets worked.
Oh,
And
that's
then
cool.
Family
all- yeah.
businesses.
And suddenly I was in. I was like, yeah, man.
Dang. Did you see the statue of Harry Carey out there?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
With him holding the microphone, leading
Yeah.
the Take Me Out to the Ball
Yep.
game. Yeah. But my favorite thing is, like, I was craving a Chicago dog.
Oh, yeah.
With, like, really bad. And you go in there, and of course, they got tons of it. But they do it different there. They give you the empty hot dog.
Yep.
You put your own toppings on it.
Yeah.
So I was like,
That's how they do it here.
Yeah. You want 3 pickle spears and 10 sport peppers?
Oh, you wanted them to make it for you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know that you could assemble it yourself. It
Yeah.
was made it even better. Like, I put like
Yeah.
15 tomato slices on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that neon green relish. I was like, oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
that was awesome.
That's the best shit right
It's
there.
so good, man. Yeah,
Interesting.
so long story short, we should go.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this question.
Yes.
So what is a tip for people that like go to hotels that don't go to hotels a lot, that they don't know about?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That you found out.
This is a tough question
Mm-hmm.
because you know me, I'm constantly running around. Like, I check in, drop my bags off, and I leave.
Right.
Like, I come back to pass out at night.
That's
like,
true.
And I shower. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember during COVID, they're like, hey, so we're not doing not room service, but the
Turn down service.
the like where we clean your room
Yeah.
every night. I was like, I don't care. I don't want you in my room every
Right.
night. So yeah.
Yo, I was scooting my ass across the floor like a dog. Don't come in here and look at that.
Yeah, I took off the sheet. I wore it like a big diaper. Like, yeah, like so that's an old SNL joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, but before that, I would just put the do not disturb sign out.
Right.
And yeah, I didn't want any weird people in my room, so I would leave a tip at the end. but-
Right. Do you? Oh, so tell me. Like, so I've never tipped at a hotel.
Oh, really?
So what do you do for that? Like,
Like a couple bucks, nothing crazy.
what do you just like leave it on the
Yeah,
bed?
or if there's a note, I'll be like, hey, I'll just write a thank you note.
I've never left a tip at a hotel. Am I like fucking up right there? Is that?
I don't think so. I would think most
Smiley,
people.
you worked at a Hyatt. What's the
protocol?
I didn't work in housekeeping.
Oh, okay. But I think they appreciate.
I mean,
it.
at this point in life,
Are they spitting on my pillow? What's happening here?
Never know, man.
well, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Probably not that. They might be taking naps in your bed.
Yeah.
I hope they do.
I mean, I worked in room service, and
I don't give a
and they'd
fuck
be like,
about
"Is
that."
this room empty, or I just need to?
Yeah.
I'm cleaning the floors. I just need to take a nap for a half an hour."
You must have seen some shit though, like various forms of nudity.
He's got the 1,000-yard stare from the hotel
maybe
industry.
you must have seen some weird shit.
Nah,
doing room
nothing
service.
too weird. Yeah, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
you don't see naked people, but people like, "Oh, why are we having sex right now?" It's like, I don't know, because you don't know how time works.
Right.
I'm gonna order food and have sex. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Does it not?
But I'm gonna order food and then like take a shower and like
Right.
I can hear them showering inside.
Right. I was like, oh, I thought it'd be done by now.
You never
by
just
the time
walk in. They're like, "Come on in," and they're just pounding away.
Leave the tray over there. Ugh.
That not like that, but there might have been some motion underneath, like the covers.
Oh, okay.
You're like these people are doing something. I'll just
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. You guys
You
are
know.
busy.
Yeah.
Let me
Unless
just
you want me to stay.
charge us to your room, add gratuity for you. Just leave. I'll do whatever I want. Your
Yeah.
bill sounds great.
I feel that
Bye.
should earn you a bigger gratuity because
Absolutely.
you paid
Right.
by having to watch that. You basically paid.
Well, if I ask them if they want me to take care of the bill for them,
Yes.
I can take care of the bill for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did anyone ask you to taint a pizza from a basketball player?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Did you ever hear that story about
Yeah.
Michael Jordan?
I was listening to it this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were watching The Last Dance,
Yeah.
correct? And they talk about that?
Yeah.
There's a story where I can't remember which. It was a playoff game or something.
It was in Salt Lake City.
They're playing the Jazz?
Bulls were playing the Jazz, and it was game 3, I think. And they were up in Jordan's room, and I think they were in Hyatt,
Yeah.
and they were like, "There's no room service." And he's like, "Well, I'm hungry," and so they looked around for a place to eat, and there was like one pizza in Salt Lake City, one pizza place open. So they deliver the pizza, and 5 guys deliver the pizza.
So they can see.
Yeah, because they heard it was Michael Jordan.
Well, probably. But then he's the only one that ate the pizza, and he woke up at 3 a.m, violently ill. He had food poisoning, and he still played. They call it the flu game, but he
Yeah.
actually had food poisoning, and he still played, and he still had like 20-something point or whatever.
Yeah,
They still
yeah.
beat the Jazz.
Yeah, he was really good, but
They tried to like, poison him so they could win.
But either
Oh.
the theory was, or some guy went on social media. It was like, oh yeah, we tainted the pizza, and they claimed
Yeah.
that they tainted it.
Well, the
So
Jordan talks about it like he had food poisoning.
Yeah,
He's like, they poisoned me,
yeah.
That's
He's
messed
convinced.
up.
and he was the only one that ate the pizza. So.
Right, and no one else got sick. So I believe it. I
Yeah,
believe,
yeah.
I believe all the Jordan conspiracies, man.
Right.
It's the best. Yeah.
So then what's your favorite airport?
Oh man, I went to one in Calgary. I went to one in Calgary. Like that airport was awesome. It was
Yeah.
like palatial. Like no bullshit. No people honking. Like it was just very orderly.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then it's like
Oh yeah, because you always have that thing where they're like, "Move to the side,
Yeah.
move
And
to the side,"
that's New Jersey with the cops
and
that
you
come around.
immediately when they're like driving someone on the cart,
Yeah.
and you immediately
yeah.
as
Yeah.
an airport patron, you immediately hate those people, right?
Oh yeah, for
They're
sure.
like, why are they on that cart and getting a free ride?
Right. Yeah, I don't care if you're old and infirm. Like
Yeah.
that's your fault. You
Yeah.
should have like exercised or something. Like
I love airports. I have so much fun in them. They're like a weird.
What's your favorite airport?
My favorite airport is like just anywhere, like U.S. specifically.
Okay.
I like the
A
one
lot
in
Whatever.
it's a lot
Okay.
of airports.
Las Vegas is fun because of the gambling, right?
Yeah. Oh, that is dope because you're like literally like I
They're like, do you
I
want to
stopped
like?
playing and ran over and got in line to get on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to like spend the night here? We'll give you like some food tickets
Yeah.
the next morning,
Yeah,
and like,
comps.
or I'm like, yeah, they can leave. I'll get back to I'll get back to
Yeah,
New
I'll see you
Mexico tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're gonna give me like you're gonna give me dinner and stuff and a hotel if I want it?
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah. Atlanta's cool because T.I. the rapper.
Okay.
He has a place there just called Chicken and Beer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we got to go there one day. It's called Chicken and Beer. It's really good.
Is it in the airport?
It's in the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the
That's
D
badass.
the
Well-
D terminal. So if I have a 2-hour layover, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to Chicken and Beer.
Denver used to be cool
I'm saying
before the COVID, but maybe all the restaurants came back.
See, I went
Yeah.
to Denver before COVID, and I thought Denver's airport was amazing. Like, I went to a steakhouse there, and it was.
Oh, was it John Elway's?
Maybe.
I know John Elway's got he's got steakhouse.
No,
there.
because
It
I
wasn't
would have
Elway's.
remembered that.
Yeah, I think you would have.
But like, we go in there, we sit down, and the funny story is like we sit down, and we're ordering food. We have a big layover, and the lady's like, "What can I get you to drink?" And I was like, "I don't know. What local beers do you have?" And she goes, "Coors." And I go, "Touche, lady.
Okay,
touche."
okay, you win this round.
But I thought you could get your iPhone or your screen repaired on your phone while
Yeah.
you're there. Like it's almost like a mall.
Yeah.
I think my favorite though is O'Hare. I love O'Hare.
O'Hare's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
O'Hare's pretty cool. You get a Chicago dog, and
Yeah.
there's this popcorn they have there. It's called Garrett's Popcorn.
Okay.
If you go back, like it's amazing. It's
Okay.
like it's a thing. They have it specifically in the airport. Opens up at 6 a.m. Stays open like till midnight, and
Okay.
like people just go line up to get this popcorn before they fly out, and like that's a must. That's a must do is to get that Garrett's popcorn.
That popcorn, yeah. I've
Yeah.
actually seen that on TV shows.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
And then they have another place called Nuts on Clark, and of course, we're always taking pictures with the sign. We're like, oh man, poor Clark, man.
Or Clark, some of
Poor
his nuts
Clark.
on him. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Nuts on Clark.
So you're saying airport where was your favorite?
Oh, Calgary. Calgary, yeah.
It's just very orderly.
Orderly, clean.
Oh man. Like what's the airport you wouldn't mind? Like if you have to sleep in the airport overnight, where would you?
In an airport? Oh man, McCarran's a good one. The one in Las Vegas.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Or I think they changed the name. They have they like a sponsorship or something.
Yeah, I think it's a different name now.
Austin was pretty cool. So Austin
Really?
was they have all these just really cool shops and restaurants.
Okay.
Like it's very hipster. It's very
Well, I've never been to that one.
it's a very Austin airport.
I haven't.
Is that a good overnighter? I've been in some.
if I had to sleep there,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been in some bad ones.
Yeah.
Portland Airport's bad.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's-
Miami Airport's pretty fucking rough.
Yeah.
They make
Oh,
you sleep
man.
outside there?
No.
Outside. You were all high and shit. You were tripping on mushrooms outside the Portland airport.
No. They were like, you can't come in here. I guess you can sleep on these like benches over here
Wow.
Wow.
in the front. And I was like, this is all you got?
Wow. They wouldn't let you sleep inside?
Wow.
Wow.
And I was like, you have to wait till you, boarding around 6. So I'm like, you want me to see? I'm like, okay.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You just sparked a really good memory though. So last year I was in Canada and I had a connecting flight in Toronto. I get to Toronto, these massive storms roll through. I'm supposed to fly from Toronto back to New Jersey. And like, hey, we had to cancel the flight due to weather. Next one's not going out till tomorrow at 4 p.m. And it's about 6 p.m. And I'm like, oh, really? It's like, okay, well, and they're like, hey, your bag will spit out the baggage claim. And since it's weather related, like we won't combo hotel or anything. So we'll see you tomorrow. So everyone around, they're panicking. They're trying to reschedule their flights and shit.
Rooms.
Now, you know me. I'm like, hell yeah, man. I get to spend 24 hours in Toronto.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. So I got my bag and I went on an app and I found like a real hipster hotel. And I'm like, on Hotel Tonight. You ever use Hotel Tonight? You can get discount hotels like last second.
Oh, wow.
Got this really hipster place. And so I went on and just started exploring.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I was trying to find this hidden bar. And it wasn't open that night. But next door to it was a dive bar, sports themed dive bar called the Doc Ellis. Are you familiar with Doc Ellis?
Yeah, Doc's throwing a no-no.
Yeah, Doc Ellis was a Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher who threw a no-hitter on LSD.
On acid. On acid.
He was on acid.
A no-hitter. A no-hitter by itself.
My new hero.
A no-hitter by itself
Sober?
is very almost near impossible.
Yes.
And he did it on acid.
He did it on acid. So if you go on YouTube, there's a great animated
Doc's
story
throwing a no-no.
Yeah, Doc's throwing a no-no.
Yeah.
And of course I had to go in there, and the guy was like, "Hey, can I help you?" I'm like, "Hold up, you opened a dive bar named after the pitcher on the Pirates who throw a no hitter."
Yeah.
I love you guys, and they were really nice. The tap handles were all bowling trophies.
Oh, fuck
Yeah, you would have
Nice.
loved it, man. It was all
you
sports
know
themed.
what I like. So when I need to go to this place, so I need to go back to DC. So it was really weird the first time I went to DC.
Yeah.
I went to all these places. They curated my trip for me. They were like, we're gonna take you to all these places.
That was cool. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't.
I did not care. Like they did, they did not know me at all.
Right.
So the second time I got to go, before I went, a fan of the show hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I live in DC. Seems like you had a bad experience last time." He's like, "I listened to your show. I kind of feel like I know what you like.
Yeah.
Here are 4 places you should go the next time."
Oh, nice.
And I only got to go to one of them, right?
Okay.
But it was the number one on the list, called the Pie Shop. And it was literally like the Launchpad here if it had a pie shop attached to
a
it.
legit pie shop.
Yeah.
It's
Are
cool.
we talking about like fruit pies, meat pies?
Both.
Like,
Correct. Yes.
oh, I was like,
Yeah. And
even better.
I'm watching a band play and I ended up doing shots of Malort. Oh, I didn't get to finish that story last night.
Oh yeah.
So I'm there watching. I'm watching the first band play, and these 7 guys are all doing shots. They're like, "We're gonna do shots. We're gonna do shots of Malort." And so I'm leaning in. I said, "You guys say Malort?" And I show them my tattoo. They all like freak out. They're like, "Are you from Chicago?" I'm like, "No, I'm from New Mexico. Just a big fan." And they're like, "Well, we're all from Chicago." And I was like, "Well, if you," and they start taking pictures of my tattoo.
Yeah.
They're like, and I'm like, "If you pour a shot for me, I'll buy all the shots." And they're like, "Whoa!" And the bartender does a shot with us, which here that's totally illegal, but he does it with us. So then they're like, "Cool, thanks a lot." And then 5 of the guys go up and get on stage. They're the next band. Yeah.
It's awesome.
And so I ended up talking to the bartender for a long time. And he was really cool when I'm telling him like why I'm there. And he's like, "Oh, you like dive bars?" He's like, "You need to go to this place across the street." And he goes, "Guaranteed the bartender is drunker than you are."
Nice.
And I can't even remember the name of it, but I wrote it down. I have it written down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start reading 1-star reviews on the show from this place. Because we did, and they're like, "I'm pretty sure the waitress stole my purse." Like literally.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably happened.
Yeah, and I'm like, the places we like.
Yeah, DC's got some hidden gems, man.
Yeah.
I remember I heard about this speakeasy. So we go to the address. Place looks boarded up. It looked like it had not been open in a long time, but we pulled on the door and it opened.
Right.
And we went in, and the room, the next room looked like it was all dilapidated, but it
Yeah.
had one door. We pulled that one open, and there was, sure enough, there was a speakeasy in there. It's freaking awesome, and I don't know if it's there anymore. But
I found one about 8 blocks from my hotel, and it was weird because you had to on that block there was nothing.
Yeah.
It was row houses, and then businesses that had been shut down.
Yeah.
And this one, you walked up to it, and it was you had to walk downstairs.
Yeah.
And open a door that had been busted, and then go inside, and it was dilapidated, like you said. But then there's just a big mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
And you walked over to the mirror, and it pulled open.
That's awesome.
And then that was the speakeasy.
That's awesome.
But it was fine. It was really weird. It was cool, but they thought they were cooler than they were.
Right. Sure.
They only had mid-shelf liquor.
Right.
And they were charging the highest price for it.
Oh yeah.
Because the whole speakeasy.
Right.
They're like, we have Jim Beam, and if we make a drink with it, it's going to be $15.
No.
What the shit?
Absolutely not.
But it was cool.
Absolutely not. Yeah, next time you go there, I might drive down and hang out for a night or something.
I don't know if I don't know when the next time will be, but
yeah,
because I don't really have that job anymore, and I'm fine not having to go there to work.
Right.
I wouldn't mind going there to go for pleasure. The Smithsonian's alone are worth it.
Oh yeah, Air and Space Museum.
Fuck, yeah.
Now they have Star Wars stuff.
I haven't even been to that one.
Just
I went to the American History one, and it was fucking amazing.
Is that the one with Archie Bunker's chair and Fonzie's jacket?
So they move things around.
Okay, it was rotating.
So they don't ever keep. But this time they had Julia Child's kitchen.
Oh, that's cool.
And
okay.
The thing that blew my brain out of my head, there was a couple, but one was they had a patrol boat from the Revolutionary War that they found sunk in the 1960s. They had the entire boat.
Wow.
And you could go up on this elevated thing, look down in it. It had the cannons on it still. Yeah. It had the hole, and then they had the cannonball that had shot through it. And on the side of it, it was stamped with the king's stamp.
Holy cow.
And I was like, wow, that is amazing.
That's actual history right there.
Yeah,
Man.
that's literally a patrol boat from the Revolutionary War that I could reach out and touch it. I was like, that's kind of freaky. So recently, you got to go to a Comic-Con in Dubai.
Yes.
What in the fuck was that like?
Oh my god, I saw some photos. I saw you were able to walk around of your.
First of all, okay, what did you expect?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
As many cons as I do, they're usually in the U.S. Maybe 1 or 2 in Canada.
I thought maybe you would get off the plane, they'd give you your own supercar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's which Lambo would you like, Mr. Chen?
Yeah.
Pick your color.
We only have the lowly Countach. We don't have a Murcielago for you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, that one's been the Mike Barnes from Karate Kid took
Mike
that
Barnes
one.
took that one. He laughed and sped away.
Yeah. So I had no idea, but I loved seeing how fandom is in other countries. So maybe once a year I'll be able to go to Scotland or somewhere else. But yeah, Dubai, I had no idea.
Was that the farthest away that you've been?
Yeah. 14-hour flight.
Jesus.
It was a 14-hour flight.
I've done one of those.
Yeah. But Emirates Airline, it was like riding in a hotel. It was pretty
Oh, I
sweet.
bet.
Like I didn't have the business class with the shower and shit.
No.
And there's a bar. If you're in business class, there's an open bar.
Oh wow.
Have you ever watched those Casey Neistat ones where they put him in the first class ones?
I think like the walkthroughs or whatever.
So they did the one. The first one he did was one where like you have your own little cabin, and your chair turns into a bed, and they actually make it for you. And you had 2 TVs, and like one is to see like when you land and stuff. So that one I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he did the 2 other ones, but the third one he did, you have 3 rooms.
It's like
Like you have a bedroom,
right,
a full bathroom, and then a little living room with like a 50-inch TV.
Wow.
And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It was like $22,000
Yeah,
one
round
way.
trip.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, one way.
Oh, one way.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy crap! I get to go to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost didn't happen though. So
Yeah.
there, I think I got notified about 2 months before the convention.
Okay.
So they're like, hey, stay tuned. We're gonna arrange your flights and give you all the information. And then I didn't really hear anything for a while. And it's like, hey, it's coming up. You have anything? Like, you'll get it next Tuesday.
Okay.
And still nothing. And yeah, it wasn't until I think it was literally like 36 hours before I left. They're like, hey, so your flight finally came through.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So at that point, like that close, I was like, well, I guess I'm not going. So they didn't really have their shit together.
Oh.
And it was.
I felt like that would be the opposite.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I thought too. I was under the impression that they would just throw all this massive amounts of money in
man.
it. And
so what was it like when you got there?
So I got there. Finally I booked my flight, and I got there, and luckily they had someone to pick me up.
So someone's there to pick you up. What kind of car? Was it like nice car, shitty car?
No, it was
Like Toyota Tercel?
It was a mid. No, it wasn't a Tercel. It was a mid-level SUV. Maybe one step below an Escalade.
Okay.
But the driver was cool, and I was like, where am I staying? They're like, we're not really sure. You might be at this hotel, or you might be at this hotel, which is called the.
Well, I mean, all the hotels have to be pretty new.
Yeah, they're pretty good, but like we were talking before, there are different tiers. There is a Marriott, but ultimately, I'm like, so do you know where I'm going? They're like, yeah, you're going to the Atlantis.
Okay.
And the Atlantis is like 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'm like, all right, man, trip's
And then all of a sudden they're like, nope.
But no, I got there. We pulled up to. It's it's a 5-star resort,
man.
multiple pools and like it's pretty palatial, and I was like, so we're checking in. I'm like, all right, you have my name right, like this is gonna go smooth.
This is real,
and it did. It went smooth. So
nice.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
What was Dubai like?
My best way to describe it is you've both seen Black Panther.
Yeah,
it's Wakanda.
Really?
It's Wakanda. Like it's. It's just there's so much money there that like everything's so technologically advanced.
Really?
And like LED billboards like everywhere, and like just buildings, like palatial buildings as far as the eye can see.
Oh, I mean, it has to be like everything's new.
Yeah, everything's new, and they're building buildings. They're like, are these rented out? Like, they're like, we'll figure it out later.
At
like,
some point they will be.
They're built. That's what you're looking at. The important thing is they're built.
We had to spend the money. So we built it.
Yeah. But with all that palatial stuff, like I had read an article where it's like, okay, there's the rich people there, but then there's the people who they truck in from India or whatever, and they actually build the town, and there's some debate on whether or not it's slave labor, and they take their passports or whatever. But I was like, all right, where do these guys hang out? I want to go to that place.
Right.
So I found out there are all these little like chai tea shops,
and
I was like, I want to go to that. So I found when I took an Uber over there. It was called like the Dreamtime Cafe.
Okay.
And I found that's where all the Uber drivers hang out, and like the laborers hang out, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, they just sit there and drink chai all day until they got to go do.
What's
something.
the alcohol situation?
So here's the funny part. So you're thinking Dubai, Middle East country, like rules, right? Like protocol.
Yeah.
So I went and read all the do's and don'ts.
Okay.
Because I didn't, the last thing you want to do is be that ugly American that goes in and
or arrested.
Yeah. Or arrested, or
international incident.
Right. And of course, everyone's throwing jokes at me. He's like, all right, I hope you come back with both hands, or like, I hope they don't chop your dick off. I'm like, listen, I'm going to try to avoid that. So, the rules are don't touch women, don't stare at women.
Right.
One of them was like, don't use your left hand, like it's considered unclean.
Right.
Like dress modestly, like all this stuff. And I get to the resort and I get out at night and I found out like all the women dress like hoes just like they do in the
Oh,
US.
yeah, okay.
It's especially in the resorts. They know it's all Westerners, so they don't care. But even outside I was like, "Oh, okay, so those rules about like covering your shoulders and shit." I'm like, "Okay, I guess it's not really like that here."
Those are just for daytime and for people that live here.
Yeah, it was very westernized. So
Interesting. Okay.
And then I was like, okay, so all right, I guess I'm gonna go be, there's no booze for the week, I guess, so I'm gonna go dry. And then immediately, like there's bars at the hotel.
Really?
There's bars outside the hotel.
Okay.
There's bars in the city, and then I found they're hidden bars. So I went.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the first night I went to that chai shop, and I found out there was a speakeasy underneath this hotel by me, and I went there, and it was cool. It was like a DJ.
And everyone was really nice. Everybody.
Yeah,
was
everyone
like,
was great. Yeah, I was drinking cocktails.
Did Russ Marquand act right?
He did. He's a gentleman. He's a
Was he?
gentleman.
All
So
right.
I waited for him. I saw him the first night I got
Okay.
there,
All right.
and we hung out at the hotel bar, and it was cool. I think one of the last nights I was there after the con was over, I met some of the people who worked at the con.
Okay.
And they're like, "Hey, so we're going to this bar." She called it a dive bar. It's like, "We're going to this dive bar. Can you meet us there at midnight?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yeah." And I went in. It was more like a Western themed
Okay.
bar, but it was a full on like club / bar with and they were playing dance music.
Oh,
with a
okay.
DJ.
And that was the dive bar?
Yeah, it wasn't a dive bar.
No.
It was their interpretation. It was a Dubai. I guess it was a Dubai version of a dive bar.
That was the shittiest bar in town.
Yeah.
Oh, we made it American. Dive,
But
shitty.
I would think it was like it was very much like Bourbon and Boots, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Here. And I get there and they're all set up. They're like, "Hey, get drinks, and oh, by the way, we got shots of tequila coming." And then we're shooting tequila. Then these women come over, and we start hanging out with them. They're like, "Yeah, we're from Saudi Arabia. We came out here to party."
Oh, wow.
And so I'm doing shots of tequila. I'm dancing with Saudi women, and I was like, and all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, "This is not what I thought Dubai was going to be
No,
like.
that's not what I thought either.
This is not what I thought it was.
Was
gonna
there at
be
any
like.
moment like you were like, there's a little bit of danger here, maybe?
Well, I was dancing with the Saudi
Mm-hmm.
women, and at one point she taps me and she's like, "Hey," she points over like kind of across like a balcony way. It's like, "Oh, so that's my husband over there." And I look over and this dude just kind of staring me down. I'm like, "Oh shit."
Oh.
But he didn't come over or anything. I was like, "I'm going to back off now because I don't
Yeah.
I don't know what. Like this is probably not a good situation."
But no, there was,
so.
but like not any kind of like military force or.
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm so long story short, you two would have a great time there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like I never felt out of place.
Did anybody drive a high performance car
They're
from one building
Lambos.
to the other while jumping it between
right.
buildings?
Yeah, and then doing it again.
Yeah.
I did not see that, but yeah, I did want to go up in the Burj Khalifa, which is I think the first building they jump off from, and I thought it was like, okay, tourist attraction, you just go up it, like pay, like the Sears Tower.
Yeah.
But then I got out there and all the time slots were booked.
Oh,
They're
wow.
like sold. I'm like, sold out? What the hell? Like, and there was one time slot available. It was during sunset. I'm like, oh, cool. How much is that? And it was like $200.
Holy shit.
Like all the other times were maybe like $40. So it was.
Those are like the tallest buildings there are, right?
It's the tallest building in the world, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were like, okay, well, it's the sunset. That's it's a cool view, and we're gonna jack it up.
Is that where that one is? Where there's like the tennis court that comes off the roof?
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be.
And it's like up above the clouds. You know what I mean? And
but
you're like, what happens if the ball flies? Well, I mean, if you're staying in that place, you don't give a shit if the balls fly off.
yeah, it's like, you just get another ball.
Yeah.
It might be, or it might be like one of those buildings.
Huh.
But
Would anyone just have like nets?
yeah, around.
I
Yeah,
don't-
that ruins the aesthetic, man. You don't need no nets.
You think you really see nets that far up?
Yeah, but I remember in order to go to up the Burj Khalifa, you go through the Dubai Mall, which is a gigantic 9-story mall with like everything, like every luxury brand is in there. But I went down into the food court. I was like, oh, like every U.S. chain is down there. So, I was looking for. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Is that on the Burj? Oh no, that's the other Burj something. I can't remember what it is.
Burj.
So that is the world's only 7-star hotel, and it's like it's like $5,000 a night or
Oh
something.
yes, I've seen documentaries about this.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. But yeah, like you got to be like super rich to stay there.
I don't know how you don't fly off the side. Like, what's the wind like? You know, is it not windy up there?
You know what? Let's go find out.
All right.
We'll pull our money together.
That's
and
right.
They're,
We'll
but
go
they're,
find out.
so they're pretty.
Let's
They're pretty open.
collectively get to the point where we
Yeah.
can We can get into 7-star hotels.
So the question is,
Yes.
they're totally cool with Westerners. They're like,
Oh
no.
yeah, totally. I did notice they did kind of talk down to women. I noticed it was more somewhat subtle, but I saw there's a lot of people I work with are women. They're like, hey, could you take care of this? We need this, and they're like, yeah, and then they would totally ignore them. So
Wow.
yeah, so there was a little, there's a little of that going
There's
on.
still,
but-
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's awful. But
the con itself was pretty
yeah,
cool.
I was wondering
Like,
about that. Was there a lot of people that went?
It could have been more. It was a first year show.
Okay.
But I remember I got there. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday con, and I'm like, all right, so what are the hours for the convention? And normal convention like Albuquerque
Right.
kind of opens at 10 and you're out by 7 at the
Sure.
latest, maybe 8. Like, oh, we're gonna be open 10 to 10 all 3 nights. I was like, wait, that's a lot, man. 12
It's a long
hours.
fucking time.
That
Yeah.
sounds like actual work.
Yes. And Albuquerque, like Sunday's the last day. It's usually 10 to 4 or 5.
right.
Like they cut it early, as no one comes after that.
Right.
And I'm like, even on Sunday, they're like, yeah, all 3 days you gotta be here. It's going 10 to 10.
Okay.
So the first day, I was like, Mr. Go-Getter. I was like, I'll get there at 10. I'll stay there the whole 12 hours.
Okay.
And I noticed from about 10 to 4, like it was pretty empty.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like, oh, so kind of the culture in Dubai is like everyone goes out. It's a late night culture.
Okay.
They party until 1 or 2 in the morning, then they sleep until 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and then they
Oh.
start their days. So people won't start showing up till 4:30.
Ah.
I'm like, oh, okay, a little heads up on that would have been nice, but no one. It was like, okay, so it was a long day.
Oh man.
It was a long day, but yeah, that was my favorite part about Dubai. It's a late night culture.
Okay.
So I think usually what they do is if you hang out with your friends, like you would maybe get together like 6 or 7,
Okay.
hang out at somebody's house till about 9 or 10. Then you would go out to dinner and hang out till like midnight, and then you would go out to do whatever else.
Because everybody's like rich and they do whatever they want.
yeah, but
Sounds like my 20s. I love it.
right.
Yeah.
Like this is a Smiley schedule for sure.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
In a smaller way, our schedule as well.
Yeah, right.
I just dropped my dinner just now, like around 9.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was cool. Is that we're always like, oh man, why aren't there any restaurants open at like 1 or 2 in the morning? Like over there, like they're all open.
All
man.
open.
It was awesome.
Weird. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Interesting. What was the clientele like? I mean, the people coming up to you.
It was awesome. So the first, like, I was like, all right, I'm going out. It's Dubai. Like, no one's gonna know who the hell I am. Like, they don't air comic book men out there. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go have fun and spread the good word and just be me. Introduce them to who I am.
Right.
Maybe tell them about the show, but it never aired out there.
Really?
And
why did they bring you out there?
I just thought that's a great question.
Yeah.
I just thought they would be. They thought it'd be a good guest. And
Oh wow.
yeah, and I guess not everyone's willing to travel that far.
Oh, all right.
And they
right,
knew
right.
that I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would say no, yes, right away. But yeah, the first person to come up was wearing a Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt,
Oh,
which
wow.
is the podcast that my other 2 idiot castmates
Right.
have. It's very popular. But immediately I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna do fine here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So everyone there is expatriates. So either they had seen the show here before they moved out there,
Okay.
or somewhere in the world they had seen it before they moved out to Dubai, or they had traveled back home for whatever reason, and then they caught the show there, and then they came back.
Wow.
And, yeah, it was
Okay.
pretty cool. So yeah, I met a lot of people who knew who I was, had seen the show,
Interesting.
and they're like, listen, we don't see guys like you here very often, so they're very happy.
Yeah, it's probably like either high end or like not at all.
Yeah, so at that point I was like, well, what do you want? I just started, they bought autographs and stuff, but I gave
Nice.
them all kinds of extras. I was
No
like,
shit.
I was just so happy that they knew who I was. So.
Anything like crazy happened to you there while you were like?
No, nothing.
No.
I'm trying to figure out if anything, didn't really get in any danger.
You didn't have to kill a tiger.
No, there's
that
no,
was on
yeah.
coke or
Yeah, no tiger, no cocaine tigers
Yeah.
came out at me. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I wish I had more time though. Like
Yeah.
one of the world's greatest water parks was attached to that hotel I was at, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you get a free pass," and I just didn't have time to go.
No.
And something like that, like I would have wanted to go with like one of you guys.
Yeah.
Just experience it, but no, like that, no
Just
one
have stupid fun.
have stupid fun.
I feel like like people our age
Yes.
don't just do stupid fun stuff as much as they should.
Right. Oh, I agree. Yeah, they're just like, "Oh, I'm past that point." I'm like, "No, you're not.
No, man.
No, you're not." It's,
Go to a
yeah.
water park. Go
Right.
silly. Go stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost rented a jet ski. I was like, oh man, I should rent a jet ski. I ended up going stand-up paddleboarding instead.
Oh, wow.
It was cheaper.
Oh, how was that?
It was awesome because I did it right. It was in, their waterways, and it was in front of the Palatial Hotel. And I brought my phone. I put it in like a waterproof case. I took some video and shit. It was cool.
Oh, that's cool shit.
But they also had. You ever see those like water hoverboards, where like you hit up or the water jetpacks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They had that. I was
Oh,
like, dang,
shit,
man, I
no
should have done it.
kidding.
It was like $300. I was like, dang.
Still.
And they give you like a 30-minute lesson. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you're on your own. But I was like, man, I should have done it. It looked
Fuck yeah,
awesome.
those look dope. I watched so many videos on YouTube of that.
Yeah. So you're saying like, oh, I was doing stupid shit. I should have done that stupid shit.
Yeah.
It looked pretty.
Well, I mean, like
I don't even know
$300.
where they have those at.
Yeah. Well, Dubai, the Atlantis Hotel.
What was the craziest excess you saw?
Excess.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot. There were a lot of Lambos and,
Oh
and
man,
shit.
supercars.
Supercars. I remember when I went to the airport going back home, they had a whole like exotic watch shop at the airport. Just I was like, hey, you want to buy a Rolex? I'm like, not for that price.
Oh,
but-
you got to love those duty free shops and
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
Was it? I'm trying to think. Aruba. I went to Aruba one time, and it's one of those like big tourist things like that for rich people to come and spend their money.
Yeah.
And yeah, just ridiculous. You're going down the street with just jewelry stores.
Yeah.
This
What's
isn't for
going on
me.
here? Yeah.
None of this is for me.
Yeah.
I can't afford anything.
Yeah.
Anything here. Can we go to a different street?
Yeah.
Maybe a different part of town.
Yeah, I was hoping like one of the sheiks or something like, hey, so here's the mall, buy anything you want.
Right.
And it wasn't like that. So
It would adopt you.
yeah, right. Yeah, just put me in the,
Come sit with my harem.
Yes, would you like to be in the harem? I'm like that. Does that work like that? Yeah,
I mean, I'll hang out with your harem.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
yeah. But
I wonder
there's
if that's still a thing.
harems.
Yeah.
It's a great question. I think they might be. I
Interesting.
think they may be. We're talking like Brunei though,
Yeah.
like the Sultan of Brunei. I mean, we only hear stories, but
Oh yeah.
but behind every story is a nugget of truth, my friends.
Oh
So,
sure, yeah.
yeah.
Who was at the con? Who was like the biggest like celebrity there?
Chris Hemsworth, by far, they got
Oh,
Thor
really?
to come out, yeah, which was
Oh
pretty,
man,
which was pretty fun.
I'm sure his trip was pretty amazing.
I think they probably gave him 7-star treatment. Yeah.
Did you get to meet him or no?
No, I'd met him already.
Oh,
but-
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How was he?
Cool. Oh, super cool. Oh
Yeah.
man. So I at a con back in 2017, like they basically had all the Avengers come out. Like Chris Hemsworth came out. Tom Hiddleston was there. Chris
Yeah.
Evans.
Yeah.
Like Michael J. Fox. The whole Back to the Future cast was there. It was stacked.
Jesus. Where was
And
this?
It was in Philadelphia.
Good lord.
And
nice.
luckily, my friend was running the company that takes like the posed photos, the
Okay.
photo op, and she's like, "Hey, if you want a photo with any of these guys, just get there early, and I'll get you in first." And,
Oh, wow.
and I was like, "Holy crap, really?" She's like, "Yeah. Just but just be discreet about it, and don't just get here early." And I remember I got there it was a photo with him and Tom Hiddleston, and I guess Tom Hiddleston's always late, so Chris Hemsworth was there, and he had a cop with him, like a bodyguard. So I started talking to the cop, and a day before I'd met some podcasters, and they're like, "Hey, can we ask you one question? We need you to settle an argument." I'm like, yeah, sure. They're like, "All right, if you get into a fight, is it okay to kick the other guy in the balls?" And I was like, "Well, what's your answer?" They're like, "Oh no, you can't kick the other guy in the balls. That's against bro code.
Yeah.
Like you just don't go there." I'm like, "Dude, I'm 5'4". I don't fight. Last fight I got into, I was 6 years old. If a 6'2" MMA guy's stepping up to me and he's
Yeah.
hell bent on fighting,
Yeah.
I'm kicking him in the nuts.
Yeah.
It's one of the most vulnerable areas.
Absolutely.
And they tried to argue with me that it wasn't cool. It's like, you don't kick a guy in the
Those
nuts.
guys
that's
don't
not
live
cool.
in.
But-
Those guys live in
What
a
was you
fucking.
gonna say? It'd be more advantageous if you punch them in the
Right.
nuts.
Yeah, they're like, no, it's not a fair fight. I'm like, all right, I'm going to disagree with you guys.
Well,
and
They're all.
This-
You don't get
this-
enough leverage from your leg here. You want to go with a full, just a punch, square to
Right.
nuts. That's
Yeah.
what you want to do.
There's
Was
no
that the
such
argument?
thing as a fair fight.
right, exactly.
No
but
such thing as a fair fight.
these guys tried to argue. I was like, all right, we're going to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Those guys have never lived in the hood, man.
Yeah.
Those guys have lived in a cushy, like
Oh, yeah.
palatial neighborhood, and they're like, "Well, it's bro code, you don't punch each other in the balls." Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
If I get in a fight where I live, I might get killed.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone here has a gun.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to kick you in the balls before you get to the
Oh,
gun
yeah,
or
yeah,
knife
yeah.
or if you're. I mean, you talk about the MMA fighter. I mean,
We have them just running around town.
just
Yeah.
jogging around.
Right, and it could happen.
Fuck
So
yeah.
it's called a preemptive strike, my friends.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on the smaller end and you don't really fight. You don't have any experience fighting. So I'm talking to his security guard about this. It just came up for whatever
Yeah.
reason. I was like, hey, man, you get into a fight. Is it okay to kick the other guy in the nuts? And Chris Hemsworth was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, hey, Chris, if you get into a fight, like let's say me and you get into a fight, he's like 6'3", and he
Yeah.
outweighs me by 100 pounds. He's cut. It's like, if we got into a fight, would it be okay if I kicked you in the nuts? It's like, yeah, man, of course. Like, yeah, you take
Yeah.
whatever advantage you can get. It's
Fucking
like,
A.
yeah, it's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, man, I thought so. So I went back to those assholes, and I'm like, hey, so I just talked to Chris Hemsworth, like arguably the manliest man on Earth right now, and possibly in
sure.
history.
Yeah.
And he said it was okay. You guys suck. See you later.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they
so I
do.
won that
They've
argument.
lived in a cushy world.
Yeah. So long story short, he's very cool. So yeah. But yeah, he was the biggest guest. Our friend Sean Kanan was there.
Love that guy.
Which was cool, and it was cool. We met each other in Albuquerque, and I remember I was like, "Hey man, you got invited. I got invited too. This is going to be awesome. Let's go." So every morning he's like, "Hey, we're down having breakfast. You guys want to join us?" Like me and my wife and my crew.
Nice.
So
His entourage.
Yeah. So I went down there, and
You know what he was doing?
yeah, his daughters were down there.
No,
so
you
I
know
met
what he
his-
was doing?
What was he doing?
He was studying you.
Yeah, he was. Wow,
He was learning your
watching.
movements.
Yeah, he's the bad boy of karate.
He was
after
watching
all.
you.
Yeah,
He was learning.
that's right.
Mike
But-
Barnes, the bad boy of karate. He knows your weaknesses now.
Yeah. But he loves us, man. I think, we gave him a warm welcome in Albuquerque. And,
Oh, I know. I talk to him every once in a while, and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah.
It's so great. So,
He's learning you.
yeah.
He's got
So,
your weaknesses.
Yeah, one day he's going to strike.
Oh, yeah.
But
Least expected. You think a kick in the balls is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta practice our kata so we can defeat him. But he was cool. I'm trying to remember who else was there.
Yeah.
Ross Marquand was
Russ
there,
Marquand was there.
which was cool. I think the mom from Stranger Things was there.
Oh, wow. Well, that's
You mean Winona Ryder?
Winona Ryder?
No.
Come on, wait
I'm
a
sorry.
minute.
Will's
Yeah.
mom. Will's mom. Her name's Cara Buono. I believe.
I was
is her real
like,
name.
what
Okay,
the
I'm all
fuck?
like,
Yeah.
Huh?
But it was weird. We noticed a lot of the guests they had booked started canceling. So like Kit Harington from Game of Thrones. Was
Oh,
supposed to be
really?
there. He canceled. A bunch of people.
I wonder why.
Well, remember I told you I didn't have my flight booked till the last minute.
Oh, that happened to them.
They didn't get theirs booked at all. So they're like, screw it, we're not going then.
Oh,
we're
fuck
gonna
that.
pay for our flight. So, the bad guy from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was there.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, the you have chosen you
Yeah.
have chosen poorly, and he melts and shit.
That guy
Not
still-
melts, but he crumbles.
That guy's still alive?
He's still alive. Yeah.
How old is that guy? Like
He's gotta be-
95?
I think he's in his 80s.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, so they had some pretty
stage
cool.
makeup, man.
Pretty
Shit.
cool.
If they can make me look like a teenager in high school, I'm
That's
sure they
true.
could make that. I think I was probably 40 at the time. He's
Yeah.
all, we're going to make you look like you're dead or older.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, but you know me, I had a ton of fun, man.
Oh, I'm
I had
sure
a
you
ton
did.
of fun.
I don't know. You don't seem to have fun places.
Yeah. Oh, but the best part was I walked by. I was like, "Holy crap! These guys had a whole podcast booth.
Yeah.
They were setting up a podcast." And I was like, "Dude," I was like, "All I really want to do is podcast, just to say I podcasted."
Did they
in
let you
Dubai."
podcast with
Yeah.
them?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It
Did
was
they know who you
awesome.
were?
I think they did. Yeah, I think they
Oh.
did. But they're a podcast called The Daily Gamer. It
Oh.
was a gaming podcast. But they had a really cool booth set up with like
Okay.
vinyl, like backdrops and stuff. And they brought a setup. And I was like, hey, after me, you should interview Ross. He would totally do this. So they got Ross
Okay.
Marquand to come over. And
Were they
yeah.
shocked he came over and did it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They're like, you really think he would come over? Like, dude, yeah, just tell him
Fucking
I did
A.
it. And he'll get all mad that I did and he didn't get to, and he'll
Oh.
come over and do it. So
I want Ross Marquand to do my podcast.
I think that'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he ever
think
comes
we-
back to town.
I think you've done enough favors. I was like, I'll come
Yeah.
podcast with you. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If he comes back to Albuquerque, I'm not going to make him. I don't want to do the StreamYard-y, over the.
Oh,
computer.
no, in person. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he'll come here in here and drink long drinks with us
Oh,
all,
there we
all
go.
day, man.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
It's funny though.
Yeah.
How do you? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it was great. I would go back in a heartbeat.
That's
So
cool.
much fun. Yeah, I went by myself and I knew people there, but
Yeah.
it'd be cool to go with like you guys. So,
Absolutely. I love. Yeah. I'm all about traveling with friends.
Yeah.
Because like I'll travel. The thing is, I'll travel by myself,
Yeah.
and I'll go out by myself, and I'll look at things by myself. But it's always more fun when you have somebody that also is excited as you are.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, let's
Yeah.
go check this out.
You always want to share the experience.
Yeah.
So, I found this really badass speakeasy. It was called the Electric Pawn Shop.
Oh wow.
And I went there late one night. I hung out, met the bartender.
This is in
It
Dubai.
was in Dubai, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I came back and I met the two owners. So
Yeah.
one was like he was a former DJ, or he's a current DJ, but he's also in the industry.
Oh.
The other one had a bar, I think I think it was in Japan,
Okay.
and like the earthquake ruined
Oh.
it, or the tsunami I think
Yeah. Tsunami.
came and destroyed it, and luckily she got out okay.
Damn.
But she was like, I need to change the scenery.
That's
so,
some scary shit, right? When
Oh,
people
yeah.
are talking about like being, so we live in Albuquerque. We're kind of sheltered from like,
tsunamis,
well, no, all right. You know,
earthquakes,
Weather in general.
right,
yeah. So like we don't have earthquakes.
right.
We don't have tornadoes
Right.
here. Where I'm from, eastern New Mexico, we have lots of tornadoes. I've actually seen tornadoes personally.
Wow.
Yeah, lived through them.
Mountains and stuff doesn't come here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we come here. So we don't have tornadoes. We don't have mudslides. I mean, we do have the fire. Like, if there's a fire, it could be bad.
Right.
Used to have flooding. Doesn't happen too much anymore.
Yeah.
No. So we're pretty sheltered from it. So whenever you someone's like, I think an earthquake would be absolutely terrifying.
Oh yeah, you have no control.
Yeah, and my mom and dad went through one in Oklahoma, and they said it was like the ground was just like jello.
Yeah,
Like it was just
tilting
rippling.
back and forth.
Yeah,
right.
just
Yeah, it's
rippling.
like a wave. Right.
Like
yeah.
waves going through the But other than that, I feel like a fucking tsunami would be the most terrifying thing.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, and you're in the water. Yeah. It's like,
Oh no, you're like fucking on land. You see a goddamn wave
yeah,
coming
like
to
there's
destroy.
nothing you can do. You can't get under a table.
No.
Can't duck and cover.
No.
Like there's nothing you can do.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you get to the highest ground possible.
Yeah.
About it.
Everything I learned is wrong.
Yeah.
None of this is safe.
Yeah. So
Someone's
she-
like, "What about atomic bomb?" You see atomic bomb, you're dead.
No, yeah, there's no
Dead as fuck.
getting out of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was like, hey, so she moved to Dubai, opened up this really badass place,
Yeah.
and so I made friends with them.
Nice.
They're like, hey, we're doing like we're doing like an influencer event on Monday.
Yeah.
You should come by. So I went by, and it was sponsored by Red Bull, and it was
Oh
it was-
fuck! Was it packed?
Yeah, it was pretty packed. Yeah, but they're like, well, we'll put you on the list. I was like, dude, I don't even live here. I got put on the list.
I'm on the list.
I'm on the list. And I had to fly out like late that night, so I left. But I made Ross went over after I made him go over there. So
Nice.
yeah.
Did you got him on the list?
Yeah, I did actually.
I
did
got
get
Ross on the. I got you on the
actually
list,
did,
bro.
I get him on the list.
Y'all,
Now-
you guys know that movie, that TV show Invincible? They're all, yeah. My friend Ross is the voice in that. I'll get him over here.
Yeah. Yeah, now they did get Walking Dead over there, so
Yeah.
they're flipping out over him.
Oh, I bet they were.
Yeah, we went to the hotel bar, and the waitresses were kind of like stoic, like very professional.
Uh-huh.
But then they saw him. We could see like them slowly start flipping out
Oh wow.
to the point where they're like, yeah, they got enough courage to ask for photos and shit. And I was just laughing because I could see they had to
yeah.
drop the facade of professionalism, and they're
See, I don't. Yeah, when I met him, I wasn't more of the Walking Dead, more of the Invincible. Invincible's amazing. I can't wait for the new season.
Yeah,
So stoked for it.
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, great time, man. I
Yeah.
just hope by some miracle I get to go back.
Yeah.
And,
Absolutely. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool experience. You got to like for me, it's like, there's people who cancel. You said, man, I wouldn't. It would be one of those experiences where like I may not make money, I may lose money,
Right.
but boy, awesome.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's like kind of like, I don't know how you explain Dubai. It's like you said, like Wakanda.
It's-
like
yeah.
it's like
It's the
this,
only way I can describe
Yeah.
it is
But it's like everything you see about Dubai is like insane.
yeah.
Like you're like the tallest buildings in the world now.
Yeah, tennis
Super-
court like a million feet up in the air, like
Supercars.
yeah,
And like I saw your pictures and I was like, Jesus, I bet that was amazing.
yeah.
But so many people like would never jump on that chance, and I'm like you. I'm the opposite. I'm like, yeah, down.
Yeah,
let's do it.
go. When do
Fuck
I
it.
leave? Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do I get to stay?
14-hour flight. Ugh, sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, it was cool. I watch movies.
Yeah.
like you watch like 5 movies, you're good.
Oh,
5,
yeah.
6 movies. Yeah.
Airplanes put me to sleep.
Yeah, I slept. I slept. I was too excited though, but
Yeah.
I got fed.
They
It was
peer
cool.
Yeah, they wake you up. Here's another meal.
Was there a lot of room on the plane?
It
was it-
was
Or were you crowded?
going there. I felt it was a little crowded. I ILC. Coming back, my whole row was empty. So I was like, yeah, man.
Oh, I just mean like
wow.
where the seats
Hell
close
yeah.
together, like they are here.
Oh, you had a little bit of room.
Yeah.
They gave me a little bit of room.
I mean, it's an international overnight
Yeah.
flight. Like I've
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I've only
no,
been
I've
on
done
few.
that. Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah.
But like last time I did was like 20 years ago.
You definitely have your own TV. You can
Yeah.
move around.
Yeah, and they had the cameras on that, so you could look ahead, below, and behind
While the plane's
while
flying.
the plane's flying. Yeah, it was
Wow.
cool. Their AV game's pretty strong. Big shout out to Emirates Airlines.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that being said, any kind I go to, like, they give me a room. I usually get 2 beds. Like, you guys could, if you guys can get yourself there, you're welcome to hang out for the weekend, man.
Okay. Let me know. With that, let's into this. What's your favorite con to go to? Is it the Pensacola one?
That's a tough question, man.
Yeah.
But Pensacola is cool because the whole city gets involved. So
Yeah.
a lot of the restaurants there, they're like, oh, we're gonna transform into Harry Potter, and they don't just put a couple little decorations. They'll put floating candles and
Yeah.
shit, and the wanted poster from whatever that. It's pretty decked out. There's
The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yes, there's a Star Wars one. There's
Oh,
a Star
wow.
Trek one, and it's like it looks like a movie set. They go
Nice.
all out, and so it's cool to see the whole city embrace it. When you fly into the airport, it's no longer the Pensacola International Airport. It's the Pensacola Starport.
Oh yeah,
They change all the gates to like Starport.
No, that's
they have,
cool.
They have cosplayers in costumes
you can't
walking
beat
around.
that.
It's
That's
pretty awesome.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, Houston's cool. I think we talked about going to Houston.
Yeah. Are you going to that this year?
Yeah. I'll be there. So
When
think
is
about
that?
it. I think it's Memorial Day weekend this year. So if you're around,
I'm off Memorial Day.
okay. Well then,
And I have free flights.
yeah, and it's not terribly far from here.
Oh,
Houston,
let's fucking do
an
it.
hour
Yeah.
or so.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All
done.
right.
But that one.
Do you know when that is?
Yeah, it's literally Memorial Day weekend, Friday, Saturday,
okay.
Sunday.
Sorry, I heard.
Yeah. No, all good. Kansas City's a great one. It's called Planet Comic Con. That one's cool.
Okay.
I got to moderate the Ralph Macchio panel at
Oh
that one.
fuck.
That was cool. Yeah, there are a lot of great conventions out
Fuck
there.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Let's
yeah,
do
you
that.
guys are always invited.
Well, I'm excited. You have an early call time, so I want to end, and I got an early work time.
Yeah,
So thank you for coming on the show.
this is
Yeah.
all I want to do is hop on the mic with you guys.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could do it every week, but
You can pop in whatever you want.
yeah, but like you said though, it's fun doing
It's
it
too
virtually.
expensive though. I see you charge people. I'm just kidding.
Well, you're not far from the truth, but
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
it's for business though. For
Nah, I
business,
gotcha.
but yeah, but
I'm
yeah.
paying Ming $140
You
right now to be
you
here.
are not. Then I'll drink $140 worth of beer and long
I'm
drinks.
fucking
here,
with
then.
you. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
I unfortunately only brought the 6-pack, but you're welcome to.
Oh
them.
shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
we'll
yeah,
have one
that
after.
nothing kicks off my year better than being here at the 10 Drink Minimum Studios.
Wait till I show Smiley the whiskey I have in the house.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll wait. I'll wait to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I may have gotten you something better, but all right.
Yeah. I'm just.
Oh no, I guarantee you got me something better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is more for shock value.
Oh man. Okay. Right. As it is, always is.
Yeah.
But yeah. Nothing makes me happier than being behind the mics here with you guys. So
But yeah.
Well,
for,
thank you.
for real.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for being here.
Yeah.
I love
got
when you
to
come in-
meet all your homies and everything.
Oh yeah, you really did this time.
Met your girlfriend. That was cool.
Yeah.
Is that,
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
That's public, right? Did I just let
No,
the
it's
cat
fine.
out of the
No, it's
bag?
totally
So-
fine. No, it's really crazy because like whenever we've been dating for a while, and I was like, I don't really talk about my relationship on the air, and she's like,
Sure.
she was like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's
Go
cool.
for it. I don't give a damn.
It's cool. But I'm here to tell everybody she's pretty awesome.
She's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she's
So-
pretty cool. Don't fuck it up.
Nah.
I don't think you will.
Everyone does. Everyone keeps telling me that. I'm like,
did they really? Are they
yeah.
that worried?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, I didn't see you as I fucked up another one again.
No, I'm a wild man. You know my lifestyle. I'm crazy.
You're not that wild though. I don't
Yeah.
think either. Like in the grand scheme of things,
I don't think
we
so
just go
either.
and have fun, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're not. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've had girlfriends that are like, I don't know if I can keep up with your lifestyle.
Oh, that I could see.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean,
It's like,
yeah.
all right.
And then also the being out in public and people.
Yeah, that's
Is that intimidating? I always, if
Yeah.
I always introduce who
It doesn't
whoever I'm
bother me.
with, and yeah,
But like, I
never leave anybody out.
I want to tell this story real quick.
Okay.
And she loves it. She thinks it's great.
Okay.
So I want to give these guys a shout out. So for my birthday was last week, and so Billy and his girlfriend and my girlfriend and I we go to Matucci's in Nob Hill, and a lot
Is
of
that
times
open now? No,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. A lot of times on this show, I'll tell bad experiences I have a place. So I want to tell you about an amazing experience. I had at this.
Okay. Thank you, Matucci's.
So she gets a reservation, and she puts in the reservation, if you could get us the quietest table you can, that would be
Yes.
great. And she tells me this, and I'm like, they're not going to fucking give a shit about that. Like, I wouldn't. Because it's Friday night, it's Matucci's in Nob Hill. It's like always busy.
Yeah.
So we show up, and they're like, oh, you have a reservation. And we're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, come this way. They're like, we have 3 different tables for you to choose from, and we're going to show you each one. And I'm like, what? What in the fuck? What? I'm like, okay. So they show us 3 different tables, and I'm like, okay, I like the booth one. So we go sit down. Billy and his girlfriend get there. Waiter comes over, gets our drink order and our food order, all that stuff. And we're sitting there, and we're having a good time. Manager comes over, and she's like, hey, I just want to make sure everything was good at your table. And we're like, sure. And she looks at my girlfriend and I, and she's like, I noticed you guys have been in here a lot, and this was our 3rd time being there.
Right.
She goes, would you like to do the frequent flyer thing? And I'm like, oh, here we go. And I was like, yeah, maybe we'll look at that. And then she looks at me and she goes, and I know you. I know your podcast.
Oh.
You're the podcast guy. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And everybody goes, well, it's his birthday. And I'm like kind of embarrassed. I'm like, well, it's also Billy's girlfriend's birthday 2 days from then. And the lady goes, well, awesome. Do you guys have any allergies? And I was like, I don't. And everybody's like, no. So then, we keep going. We're eating. They bring us out 4 different desserts.
4, not 1.
Not 1.
Not 2.
4
not
different ones so we can
4.
all try the 4
That's
different.
awesome.
And I'm like, damn. So then we pay and we go to leave. As we're leaving, the lady comes back over. She's like, how was it? I was like, it was amazing. This was great. Da, da, da. And then another assistant manager comes over and she's like, I would just really like to apologize that the waiter did not get to come over as much as he should have. And I'm like, oh, no, he was fine. Everything was great.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
And then we're walking out, and the maitre d' goes, thank you guys for coming in. Happy birthday.
Wow.
And I'm like, were you guys all talking? Like, what in the
Yeah.
hell? Absolutely amazing treatment.
That's Chris Burnett from 10 Drink Minimum.
Right.
Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, it was almost that.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's some weird shit. But,
Right.
but man, I love that. And Billy, it was really funny. Billy's like, I've never been here. It's amazing. Like, I think the food is amazing. I'm sure we could go to a bigger city and Italian restaurant would be better. But for Albuquerque, I think they're the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And
Well, you better say that now,
yeah,
man. They
they're-
give you a freaking
yeah.
5-star service. So.
5-star day.
I am now glad I never went to an interview there.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have had to kiss his ass, dude.
I'm
That'd be
all-
awesome if Billy's got to kiss your ass
Yeah.
at the
I'm-
at Matucci's.
I'm all, well, hello there, Mr. Burnett.
Yeah.
They
I
didn't
heard
call
it's
me
your
that.
birthday.
Yeah,
Oh, I would have.
that's funny.
Yeah.
But,
so
no.
hope, my only hope next time I come here, meat waffle. I would like a meat waffle.
Oh,
please.
gross.
You know what?
The famous something house meat waffle.
It's Harlow's on the Hill,
Harlow's on the Hill meat waffle.
home of the meat waffles.
Thursdays, women eat free meat waffles, right?
I believe our ladies' night was actually Wednesdays,
Oh.
and yes, for sure on ladies' night, ladies eat meat waffle free.
Yeah, so that came way out of left field, but I heard you manage or did you own it?
I was
Owned
part
it.
owner there.
Oh,
yeah.
owner.
Me and my brother.
Yeah, and you had a thing called the meat waffle, and I
Yeah.
tried to look it up to see if there were any artifacts or anything about
Yeah,
it.
there's
but-
we saw some flyers. I saw a flyer.
Yeah, I have a flyer. I can show it to you.
Okay, but I'm really intrigued by this.
Oh, and every once in
think-
a while we'll tell us some stories, and people are like, I remember that bar.
Harlow's on the Hill.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
It's not far from where you're staying.
Oh, really? It would have
Yeah.
been there. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Well, I mean, you know how they're bringing everything back, like
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. And
Oh,
like,
yeah. Maybe
Full-
Harlow's will come back.
Fuller House. Yeah.
Fuller House.
You know, if I win the freaking lottery, Harlow's is coming back. man.
Harlow's coming back.
Yeah, for sure,
We should all play. But thank you for coming on the show.
dude. Thank you guys. Love
absolutely.
you guys.
And we'll
Always.
rage again tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
And with that,
We are 10 drink minimum.